Okay, go first. This photo was taken in Yemen in 2020. I'm sure you are all just as shocked, stunned, and in disbelief as I was when I saw this picture. I can't believe this is still happening somewhere in the time we live in. Now, everyone here try to imagine if this child is your family or if this child is yourself. What would you think? And what will you do? This picture is only the tip of the iceberg in this world.
Today, today we'll be talking about the fine for food waste, and by the end of the speech, you will take actions towards supporting the fine for food waste and advocating the saving food. And this is important to you because as we all know, the wasting food is not good for anyone.
It's bad for the economy, bad for the environment, and against our own moral code. There will be at least a few things that you can change today to alter your personal waste footprint. For instance, storing food properly. I believe that we can improve the problem of food waste if we start changing our habits in our daily lives.
We have 5 parts in this presentation: introduction, thesis, sources, body, and conclusion. Different with the last time, in the conclusion part, we add call to action. In the body part, we are talking about the economic cost of loss, the hazard of wasting food, why we need this measure, and why do we have to penalize wasting food. And this is our sources.
OK， 开始吧。
Okay. And following this part, we were talking about the economic cost of loss. Implementing this motion can effectively reduce the economic loss caused by food waste. Because of this motion, people will order food according to the quantity and buy food according to the quantity, which can save unnecessary expense. Every year, about 1/3 of the world food is lost and wasted in the process and production and consumptions. With economic loss of nearly $1 trillion, such machine can reduce such loss.
The opportunity and environmental cost of food waste are very large. Green production is a resource-intensive industry. Most of the waste is not only the cost on the bill, but also a lot of invisible lands, water, and other energy resources when people discard food. Studies have shown that carbon emissions from food production account for about 1/4 of the total global carbon emissions, and decaying food from landfills will produce some long-term greenhouse gases. On the one hand, food demand is still growing. It is predicted that the population growth and income increase in 2012 to 2050 will lead to a 35% to 50% increase in global demand for agricultural products, which will put more pressure on global natural resources. In order to ensure food safety, human beings need to take a variety of measures to stop food waste.
And I will talk about why we need this measure. So current situation to remind us, food was always satisfied with crisis consciousness, especially this year the world affected by COVID-19 outbreak. The international green market appear larger fluctuation plus low-cost plateau, the destruction of the negative factors, such as extreme weather, food production to reduce many of the world food security and the shortage wars.
So why do we have to penalize wasting food? Each day in the United States, approximately 1 pound of food per person is wasted. This equals to 103 million tons of food waste generated in America in 2017, or between 30 to 40% of the food supply. The main cause of starvation is poverty. Poor people are always get hit hardest by rising food prices, and it is obvious that the excessive demand of food supply increases the food price. Thus, if we could stop wasting food by penalizing such behavior, there will be 50% more food available, and the price will drop dramatically, and less people starve.
Next, we are going to talk about the facts. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the world wastes 1.6 billion tons of food every year, of which 1.3 billion tons are edible.
In 2017, the United Nations Council on Global Affairs released a set of data that the world wastes more than 1 trillion worth of food every year, of which the most developed countries in Europe and the United States account for 60% of the total. In contrast, 1 billion people on the planet are hungry, and more than 25% of Africans are chronically malnourished.
The world's worst food crimes in 50 years. The global food crimes population in 2019 is the largest in past 4 years. The total number of hungry people reached 821 million, and the epidemic may cause another 130 million people to be hungry in the future.
The top 10 countries with the most food wastage are based on population statistics. The top 3 rows of Australia, the United States, and Turkey.
So we can see the diagram on the left, the total food wasted in 2017. The y-axis is kilogram per year. Japan has the smallest number of the food wasted, which is 157. And Spain has 165, Turkey had 168, United States had 278, and the Australia has the most food wasted, which is 361.
The thing of our group is when people have wasteful behavior, they need to pay. In today's area, wasteful behavior is expected. But we have forgotten that 8 to 1 million people suffer from the famine. I also forgot how many people could be saved by the 103 million we waste. In addition, wasted food has also caused significant economic losses and environmental pollution problems, which are gradually affect our life. This is processed because waste causes so many bad things that many celebrities and the social magazine advocate that we save food. Therefore, our group believes that the punishment should be proposed for wasteful behavior.
The proper use of food waste penalty would benefit on reducing economic loss and protecting our environment. Also, reducing food waste would feed more people and allocate resources more efficiently. Look at this picture here. He is Yuan Longping, the father of hybrid rice. One of his famous sayings, "My lifelong pursuit is to keep everyone away from hunger. Most of us can live without hunger nowadays. It's a result of efforts of several generations. So please don't waste their efforts." That's all for Group 5 presentation. Thank you very much.